Okay, something practical. 2:18:15. It's about 20 minutes long, and I listened to it. It's first thing in the morning. It's only 5:45 now, and it's dark in New Zealand, winter. And I lay here. Well, I wake up, and as soon as it comes into my mind, I occupy myself just with being thankful to God. Right? Remember, thanks brings gratitude, and gratitude, love, hope. Power really energizes the whole being. You enter into life. And then after a few minutes of this, I tense and relax the body from the feet, working up the body, feet, calf muscles, thigh muscles, buttocks, stomach, forearms, upper arms, shoulders, back, neck, even mouth, chin, throat. In one wave, only a few seconds, it's tense, 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, relax, going in reverse order. Yeah, it's almost a mind thing, but you're tensing the body. And I don't mean tensing as in strain, but it's simply using the muscles as in they tighten, and therefore when they relax, the blood flows into them and blows life into the cells again. It just brings oxygen, doesn't it? It's the full breath, quite quickly, of course. In the timing, I've just given 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Do that 3 times. Now the body's settled. I'm usually lying flat on my back at this point. And make sure you're warm enough, Make sure there's fresh air coming into the room somewhere. Don't breathe stale air. You should sleep with some ventilation in the room. Not some dry heating going on, And now you go into just doing triangular breathing, what I call Kriya Yoga. Breathe into the count of 7, hold, breathe out to the count of 7. So that makes 3 7s 21. Actually comes, as you slow down, to about 1 breath in every 30 seconds, roughly. That's how long it gets, but it's quite easy after doing the tensing 3 breaths first, You find it easy. It makes the triangular breathing much easier. If you wake in the middle of the night and you find this process doesn't really work, it's because you really need more sleep. Turn over and go back to sleep. The body needs where it is to do what it does. But if it's something like this in the morning now, well, you're okay, you're rested. I've had probably upwards of 7 hours of sleep, actually. I went to bed at 10. Try and keep regular, go to bed at a regular time, so the body gets into a rhythm that it can anticipate. Don't be cold in bed. If you're older and circulation's not what it was, make sure you're wearing a pair of cotton socks in bed. Just so the extremities are not dying on you. You see what I mean? But anyway, you're now practicing the triangular breathing, the Kriya. And, to begin with, you're doing about 3 breaths a minute, but after a while it'll settle towards 2 breaths a minute. Something like that. It's not too important. What is actually important is that, You're filling the bottom of the lungs first up to the top, hold, and then breathing out top, emptying down to the bottom. Fairly full breaths, and I don't mean it stressing or straining. Life is not from stressing and straining. Life is just from daily activity that brings life. Peace of mind, not stress and forcing. You're bringing a presence of mind in, and you find that in controlling the body in this way, you start to control the emotions, and the thoughts follow accordingly. Now, I help this, of course, by listening to, in my case, my recordings. Something you find spiritual and kind. In other words, goodness feeding into the mind. Whatsoever is good and lovely. Your mind is now tracking on these things because of the nature of what you're listening to. So I'm laying here in the dark, virtually. Well, very virtually. I've got the blind. My curtains are closed these days. I think it makes the sleep sound now. There's still some light, isn't there? I can work out the broad shapes, I think. Yeah, where the window is, Windows are. And I do that for the duration of the recording. In the last case I've just referred to, it's a 20-minute odd recording. And I do the breathing all that time. So I'll have covered, I don't know, upwards of 50 breaths, something like that. And you've reprogrammed yourself for the day. The mind, but more than the mind, the spirit. Well, perhaps it's pretty close to being the same thing. The thoughts that come to you, and it'll occur to me like now, I better record so-and-so. This could be helpful. This is just a practical making sure you're on track. So that's the way I start my day. And of course one recording we're only 7.5 minutes on this one now. Might go on for 10 minutes or more, as you know. And perhaps it will be a blessing to someone. A help. Do you see you're already on your mission in life, which is to help life be spiritual and wonderful, caring, full of hope and joy and blessing. You come a light into the world. You channel the thoughts of God through yourself, to yourself and to others. Simple way of starting your day to be a blessing. Just about every day. And during the day I'll sort out my recordings, of course, and take the kids to school and bring them home and do a bit of shopping. I'm retired. It's lovely. Best time of my life, even though I actually basically live alone. Lady downstairs I know, who is in a sense the landlady. But a friend. There's one or two things I go to, but not many. Philosophy group on a Thursday night. A maths class my friend gives me and another chap on Wednesday afternoon. Might go to a church on Sunday, but There's often not. You would think there's nothing in this life. But in fact, it's absolutely lovely. And the people I know, I do my best, of course, to help and bless. And they're a great blessing to me. I follow a lot of YouTube. I mean, I don't just publish on YouTube. I follow certain things, like I follow the news on China. And a certain historian, Sarah Payne. That was a name I couldn't think of. Sarah Payne works for some military establishment college in America. Incredibly brilliant analyst of what goes on in what I would call now modern history, which is my field. For lecturing at university, I used to lecture 19th and 20th century world economic history. Well, I've moved into the 21st century now. I'm just keeping up to date, that's all. And I have certain other areas that I'm fascinated by, which is the liberal analysis and understanding of the Gospels. Their validity, and what I would say in spiritual terms as opposed to religious terms. And if you know my recordings, you'll know something of that. I feel I should do one on, a general one on the Gospels today. In fact, I feel that's what occurred to me strongly this morning, and came to me actually once or twice yesterday evening. One I was listening to, a chap whose manner I couldn't quite cope with to begin with. It was, I don't know, different in some way. And then I came back to it and I thought, the content is really helpful. So I think I'll put my mind to that today. You see, my day has become orientated by the hour or so practice. First thing in the morning, before I even get out of bed, or before it's even daylight now in this time of the year, I'm on track. I'm filled with motivation and purpose. Purpose that brings happiness and joy. You see, you must be constantly checking yourself. Is what I'm doing on track? Part of my great purpose and meaning in life, as I understand it. As you understand it, you see. You're an amazing individual, and you're going to be, well, you are already in eternity, fantastic person, part of the heavenly host. And there's no gain in not thinking this. There's every gain in thinking it. So I practice such. Fill your life with hope and joy and peace and love and kindness and devotion to that which you understand to be good and lovely, perfect if you like, complete. Your God, the personification of your values, and love your God with all your heart, soul, and you'll find mind and strength follow. Mind of God, and the power of God into life eternal. We can be and are absolutely wonderful beings, willing and able to care for and support all life that we come into contact with by the grace of God, and our life led by him every step. I will never leave you nor forsake you, saith the Lord. As Jesus puts it, that our Heavenly Father and the Holy Spirit and himself dwell in us. Always, I will never leave you nor forsake you. You see, these thoughts are transforming thoughts, and they are communion with God thoughts, so that the ideas that come to you are indeed a blessing, not a byroad. And your spiritual life is advancing into the eternity of God at a fantastic rate. You say, oh, it's all thought, it's all make-believe. Life is all thought. You know, it's thought at the minute that you're occupied with listening to me, thinking whether it's valid or not, whether it speaks to you, wondering whether, you're going to have breakfast or whether you're going to have time, and, what you're going to do next, and whether you've got enough fresh air in the room. Everything is in thought. That whole external world that most of the world see us living is only handleable in terms of thought to you. So you make sure these thoughts are of life and joy and peace and blessing and goodness. It's as simple as that. You devote yourself to your God, who is the personification of your values, as you understand them, and you'll find that he very quickly guides your understanding, modifies your values. Yeah, of course. We are a living, advancing being, children of God, and you're going to be like God. That's wonderful. In a sense, I say in eternity you are already, because eternity is very long. It's much greater than anything transitory. And in the transitory we're becoming the fullness of our eternity. I don't understand it more than that, but that's the understanding that I carry and work upon. And it's been a great blessing, so I continue to choose it. And I would like it to be a blessing for you too, of course. Unquestionably. Lord bless you and keep you. Cause his face to shine upon you. Be with you always, your dearest friend. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.